This is Celeste. Like many of you, she has a dream, but she didn't know where to start and felt lost.
Excuse me, do you have a dream?
Yes.
What is it?
I would probably help children without parents or young mothers.
So why not build a really profitable business that helps people?
I would love that.
Let's meet back here in 24 hours and I'm going to help you do it. Hey, wow, you're here. We thought you weren't coming. We're like, oh, no, you're not. I felt that Celeste needed a break, so I offered her an hour of my time, which I usually value at $45,000 completely free of charge, to help her start manifesting her dream and give her the first steps she needed to follow to bring it to life.
My instinct is that Celeste has 3 things that she needs to learn. These things will be things you need to learn too, to have the foundation of your dream become reality.
Prior to this conversation, Celeste told me she could spare 2 whole days each week to make this dream a reality.
So grab a notepad and a pen and a cup of tea and let's get into it.
Let's just start with problem you're going to be solving for people. So what is the problem? Just start with that first. Don't think about how we're going to make it happen. Just what do you think the problem is out there that you want to help fix?
When mistakes happen and then they have this like child they need to care for, they don't have the assistance. They don't even know what to do. So if the problem is, I guess, helping someone either create a business or help them get jobs even. But I think the business thing is something I was thinking more of because that's what I wanted.
So a business maybe where they could be home with the child but still earn a living.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Which, by the way, these days, like TikTok Shop and social media in general, you can actually build pretty interesting YouTube, build pretty interesting at-home businesses. Even documenting being a single parent on TikTok would probably make money. Just you sharing your journey and the products you buy, the things that you do to entertain your child. You know, again, without making any assumptions, but assuming they've got no money, what can you do if there's no money and you want to like entertain your children? That could be a big TikTok channel.
I don't even have TikTok.
Right. Well, social media, again, you know, I think social media.
Yeah, I need a TikTok, I guess.
Well, yeah, I think, I don't work for TikTok, but I think that I like tools that give me knowledge or can make me money. Right. And TikTok's free. I can do a video of you and me right now, put it up on TikTok. It could get millions of views, cost nothing. In a minute, we're going to start breaking down what you need to do, right? So I'll come to this in a minute, what you need to do. One of the things you definitely need to do,
I'm excited,
is learn TikTok and actually study all social media platforms. How to make money on social media, right? I can give you a quick rundown on this, but...
Is it in your book?
It is in my book, but I think that we'll come back to it in a minute because I don't want social media to be the only way to make this work. And I need to know your personality a bit more to know if social media is even appropriate for you, because not everyone's cup of tea.
I feel like very exposed. If I was telling my story, I wouldn't necessarily want to.
But if you're going to advise single parents, what you need to have is a playbook. These are the 20 things you can do as a single parent to make money. And definitely social media is one of them.
Yeah.
It's not the only one.
Yeah.
Right? There's loads of other things that can be done. Yes. And there's, for example, social media manager. I'm just making these up now, but I don't want to make it all about social media. But social media manager, I have 20 channels on my social media. There's no reason why I couldn't pay a single mother or father to look after my social media while I'm busy, right?
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
So single parents, do you think there's an age group to this? Is it or I guess it probably is quite a young age group, isn't it?
I feel like they need the most help, teens.
So what age do you mean?
I guess I would say I got pregnant when I was 17. So 17 to 22.
Okay, good to have a target there. So the age group is 17 to 22. We know that we want to help them have an independent life. What else do you think service-wise single parents might need? What else did you wish you had or
just financial help? I mean, because the government already helps them with community college. So help education. Helps them with food.
Does the helps them with food as well? Food stamps type stuff.
Yeah.
Is it called food stamps in America?
I forgot what it's welfare.
Well,
Welfare. I did it maybe for like 3 years.
Yeah.
4 years I was on it.
what else do single parents need help with? Babysitter, right? Some free space for yourself, right?
Absolutely.
So I call it space. Babysitting service, where maybe once a week we offer up a babysitting service for the single parent. You can't afford it to have a few hours to themselves to go and have a coffee or whatever, right?
I needed a sitter so that I could go to school. Then after school, I would go straight to work.
Right.
So I needed to watch her like all day, and then I'd come home.
Right.
And
Didn't
be
all your money
busy.
get sucked up in the
Yeah, it was expensive.
Wow, yeah.
Like 400 a week at that time, I would definitely was not making a lot of money.
I hope you're very proud of yourself.
Thank you.
You've done really well.
Thanks.
You figured all this out on your own.
Yes, I did. I graduated high school early.
What did you graduate with? What was your
College?
Yeah.
Pre-med.
pre-med?
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't you go on to?
Because my daughter was going to middle school, and during the time that I was in college, I was neglecting her a lot so I could get really good grades. And I remember when I was in 8th grade, I didn't have a mom and dad, and I started hanging out with the wrong people. And I knew that if I wasn't there for her, that was going to happen for her as well. So I decided not to go to grad school and, put myself in debt. So I decided not to go so I could be there for her and save my money. I put her in a private school and was a helicopter parent.
Mhm.
And then saw all my friends graduate with their white coats and I felt like so bad. But
All happens for a reason. Hard to believe it.
yeah, 'cause
But
she's a great kid now.
Well, this
so
is it.
Mhm.
I think most people would trade all their money in the world to have a relationship with their kid. And
I have a great relationship with her, so I'm happy.
good investment. Well done.
Thank you.
But now it's your time. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Right. So
I agree.
now, okay. So what I'm trying to show you here a little bit, this is called a mind map, right?
Mhm.
And we're just trying to map out what the service might be long term, not instantly, long term for this particular group.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, when you're building out a business, I think one of the things is this is the plan for the business, but then we have to say, right, what is step one? What is step two? And what is step three? So step one, okay, is actually freeing up your mind. It's a mindset thing, right? So 2 days a week, you're now going to work on this thing. Within step one, I also think it's like believe it's going to happen. And you don't, a bit like bringing up your daughter, you have to start believing you don't need anybody else. If you had spent the years bringing up your daughter, always think, I need someone else to help me. You'd be bitter and angry and disappointed and maybe be a lesser good parent. You just did it. Don't need a man.
Yeah.
Just get on with it.
Yeah.
Right? You kind of need to have the same attitude in the business. Now, don't get me wrong. You can get help. I'm sure over the years you're dating people. It's all, you can get help, but I just don't need it. You don't need help, right? Because when you said to me earlier, you need a mentor, I know where you're trapped with. You think you need.
I've always thought that.
Yeah, you don't. And it's your own mind starts there. 2 days a week and believe, step one, which I think we're there, right? Believe. Do you believe you can do it? Maybe we need to work on this. And step two, step two to help you believe starts with basically getting one customer. Now you have an interesting business model here because your customer is a single parent. They don't have any money, right?
Oh shit.
So you have to be inventive. And I think it's sponsors. Think of all the brands. I'm going to make Huggies. Huggies, all the baby brand products, pushchairs. There's hundreds of them. Companies that provide baby-related products, right? Now, their target normally is the people that are probably going to buy your jewelry. The wealthy people. But they want to give back. And they want to help this demographic, but they don't have time and it's not in their marketing budget to do it directly. So they'll just work with you to do it.
Okay.
That's what I think. So your income can come from brand partnerships. Now, all you need to fully believe is one big brand sponsoring your idea.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get one big brand to sponsor your idea? Do you know?
Just go on their website and email them.
I know.
I don't know
Yeah.
how else.
You write up the plan, even in email, and you probably create what we call social proof. So you create a website, that's social proof, you're real, right? Your email address, right, which proves you've got a company, and then your backstory, right, and then a plan. So when you engage with a brand, they see you have a website, it comes from your email address, and we can set it up for you today, I think, pretty easy.
Sweet.
And then you have a backstory, which you do. You have a legitimate backstory. This isn't somebody making money out of this sector.
Yeah.
You have a legitimate love for helping the younger you, right? And then you have a plan.
Now, although Celeste is still very early on in her entrepreneur journey, I always say to people, one of the first steps in your entrepreneur journey to make your dream a reality is come up with a name and buy your domain name. Get your website sorted. As I've mentioned many times before, more now than ever, it's important to have a unique identity and the ability to showcase your brand to the world. But there's a problem. Many of the great .com domain names are already gone. Try searching your brilliant business dream idea's name and likely it's already taken. You'll either overpay to get it or have to change your name literally in your URL to try and make it work. That's why I love .online. It's the world's second largest new domain name extension, and many don't know about it because it still has a huge amount of great domain names still available, meaning you're far more likely right now to get the domain name you need. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur like Celeste or an established business, .online is a no-brainer for giving your business the credibility it deserves, and at the very least, you should secure this domain name for your business. And because online appears in over 500 million searches, you're more likely to get rankings on Google. You can grab a .online domain name through GoDaddy, Wix, Squarespace, and more. If you go to www.get.online, you can grab a domain name for 99 cents using the code SIMON. Go give it a go. Click the link in the description to claim your domain name today.
And when you email a brand, there's two types of things that brands are looking for. One is marketing, right? They want marketing. And most people make the mistake of thinking, right, well, Huggies, this brand, will only pay me money if I have a big social media following, right? Then they get reach. Not necessarily true. If they make content around you helping single mothers, they can put that on their social media and leverage it. You don't personally have to have a big social media following, right? Because brands want marketing. Most brands, despite what people think, do have a purpose. They care about people. Now, every brand is different, and some people say, well, Amazon doesn't care about people. Maybe. But brands definitely care about their brand image, okay? And again, Huggies. Do you know Huggies? I'm talking about like
Yes.
Right, just checking. I don't know if it's a big brand here. But Huggies, they may not be the right brand, and they might be watching this video right now and realize they should sponsor you, or they might not be the right brand. Don't know. But if you get hold of the right person and you explain your plan, going to help single mothers, you talk about your backstory, and you come from a legitimate source, you're not a fake account, Hotmail or whatever, right? But basically the point is you create a belief that you're real in your head, and then the brands will believe you. So the first step is, do they need you and do you need them? Well, I'm pretty sure they will be excited about something like this because they want to help, right? And it's all a numbers game. Everyone can sell. Do you think you can sell?
Can I sell?
Yeah.
I think I can sell.
If you don't sell to Huggies, a single parent is in pain tonight.
Yes, I can sell.
Sales motivation is sometimes back to the purpose. So are you going to stop talking to Huggies until they say yes? Or are you going to give up because they didn't say yes straight away? Of course not. Not if you know that someone's in pain if you don't do it.
Yeah.
And eventually this brand's going to feel it. But the real trick to sales is you've got to speak to 100 companies with the same passion as if you're speaking to one.
Okay.
Right? It's a numbers game. So
make an AI template.
Kind of, yeah. Actually, we're sponsored by Notion AI, so I can probably get something for you there. Notion AI will help you write all this stuff. Anyway, that aside. I think to believe all you need is one customer.
Yes.
And in your case, you've kind of got two. You've got a brand that pays the bills, and you've got the person you're helping, a single mother or father. But you know what I mean? So you need... You're what I call a marketplace business, right? So you have one side is the person you're servicing. I don't think you could ever charge them. Like I help you for free. I'm not looking to get money out of you. I make my money getting brand sponsorship. So I'm teaching you something I do myself.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I cover my bills. Yeah. The videos I put out make money, and I get sponsors. I'm not charging you. If I charged you, it's £45,000 for a day. Can you afford my consultancy?
No.
No. So, but you're the person I want to help because I wasn't helped at 15 years old. I needed help when I was starting out and no one helped me. And then people that helped me that knew what they were doing wanted to charge a lot of money that I couldn't afford. So I want to fix that problem that I felt. You have the same sort of structure here going on. You see what I mean? My business is worth over $100 million now. Okay.
Incredible.
And I deliberately started it with no money.
That's
So I didn't use my money.
incredible.
So I think this sort of model is the future.
Yeah.
Purpose-driven models that are for profit. By the way, I don't think this needs to be a charity. I want you to be incredibly profitable so you can help a lot of people.
Me too.
Yeah. So I think this doesn't need to be this doesn't need to be a charity model. People get a bit confused about that. If you say it's a charity at the beginning, you'll feel good and people will go, oh, wait, you're doing a charity. As you grow, it will restrict you. You can't pay people properly. You can't do the crazy things you want to do. You'll get restricted by the charity rules and regulations. And you don't need to hold your hand out for money from other people.
So smart.
So you just build a business that does good. And the first step is sponsors. All right. So your belief is going to come from getting one parent that you can help. And by the way, you don't need to offer all of this and have a sponsor to help one single parent. You've got 2 days a week. You could help a single parent straight away. You could say to a single parent, we'll talk a minute where we find single parents, because I'm not 100% sure about that, but let's say you source a client, a single parent, and you help them. You help them initially, we call this an MVP, a minimum viable product, right? Which is basically, hello, single parent. I'm building a platform that helps single parents, and you're my first customer. Tell me your problems. I can't afford a coffee. Okay, well, I just got sponsored by Squibb, so there's your $5 for your coffee, right? Okay, what else do you need? I need to go out. I just haven't had a day off in a year, and I just love an afternoon to myself. And like, all right, I'll babysit for you, and maybe you can even rope in your daughter. Who knows? Right? I'm just framing out the service, right? But basically, once you've discovered what that person needs, some of it you can do now, right? You could buy them a coffee, you could babysit for a while, you could do some of these things now. Then they're going to say to you, oh, I'd like to make some money in a business. Well, then, you have two options. You can advise or you can bring in partners. So I could be your partner on that. I'm not making any promises around this, but conceptually, I've got content that you can give to a single mother to show her how to make money on TikTok. You don't have to build all of this on your own.
Good.
And I can also then promote that person when their business is ready to go. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
So again, just step 1, 2 days a week, allocate it. Do not do anything else, but think about this on those 2 days. Even if it means you sit there looking out at the garden, don't do anything except related to this.
Absolutely.
And then belief comes with step 2. Belief comes with starting that. And step 2, belief becomes even deeper when you get one customer. So customer of helping someone, I think, is pretty easy.
Yes.
Getting the brand is a little bit trickier. Right? My suggestion is keep your job for now, for the next 3 or 4 months. Try to figure out what these people really need. We framed out what we think they need, but see what you need to do to deliver on what they need, right? And there'll be some people that tell you what they need. Like, I can't provide that right now. I'm making a note and I'm going to find a partner or come back to you, right? But if you help them and they're happy, you know what you're going to get? You're going to get step 3, which I always say, it's basically a happy customer. If you have a happy customer, a single parent that talks about you helping them, that's what we call social proof, validation of your idea. If you have a happy customer, they'll tell 10 people. So you're going to get flooded quickly with people that want to get help, which is great.
Yes.
But this will also give you, these are the 10 mothers I want to help, the 10 fathers I want to help. Huggies, you need to sponsor me. You can't let these people suffer like this, right? And it will give you a reason to go back to these brands. If they've said no or haven't got back to you, or you just got to get these companies on board. In the meantime, what would I do? This is now getting into what I would do. It might not be your personality profile, right? But I would document the journey. I would not create content. I would document trying to build a business. And then if the single parents would let you, I think it would be amazing if they let you take a picture of them and then they shared their story about their hopes and dreams for their child. Make it positive, not necessarily I'm a single parent, woe's me. I'd probably have a strategy of what's your daughter's name?
Layla.
When Layla was 6 months old, right? You talking about how my dream would be Layla grows up to do whatever she wants. And that if she wants to be an actress, I want to be there on the red carpet with her one day, right? You know what I mean? That story of you when you were young, your aspirations for your daughter, I think that would be incredibly powerful social media content. Now, that's just my idea, what I would do. The 2 days, you spend 1 day creating all the content, and then half a day posting it all up, right? So, and all you need is your phone. You've got a nice phone. Take a picture of the person. You get their permission, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But you say to them, if this social media post does well, that allows me to bring in money to help you.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've got another potential revenue source, and the people who you're helping are helping you make that revenue.
That's amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
Again, I'm actually doing this.
Yes.
So you're featuring in one of my videos, right?
Yeah, I see that.
I will hopefully make money from the video, which will allow me to fund people's dreams, right? So this is a formula I think anyone can copy. And I think it's something that you can definitely do because you've got the real heart. You're not bullshitting. This is really how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
You really want to do this and you understand the problem like not many people understand this problem.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of the few people on the planet that understands the problem. And hopefully now, if I've armed you up with the basic steps, you have the tools to go and start doing it.
Yes.
There are a lot of other steps to this, right? And I don't want to overwhelm you. But like step 4 is probably hire someone. Okay. So you have to know your weaknesses and strengths. I don't know them now. I'm sure you know them. But me, for example, I'm really bad technically with cameras and stuff like that. So I have an incredible team that do that side of it, right? I'm not good at editing. I have someone that does that. I'm not good at accounts. I'm really bad. I love money, but I'm really bad at it. Just spend it all. But I have an accountant that helps me manage the money.
Really?
Yeah. I just love spending money, but I don't really like counting it.
I'm really good at saving.
Oh, you've got a skill. But what I'm getting to is step 4 is about you need help.
Yes.
Now, hiring can be asking your daughter to help you one day a week. Hiring doesn't necessarily have to be a cost. It can literally be find other single mums now at your stage in life that have 2 days a week that can help you.
Okay.
Right? People, when they hear hire, they instantly think, I've got to bring someone in. I haven't got any money. Just step 1 is bringing people that have the same mission as you. They care about the same problem as you. There'll be a load of single mums your age wanting to help with this. And some of them might be financially very successful as well. Right?
Interesting.
So, you just want to bring people in that can help you do the things that you're not good at or you need help with scaling. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, I don't want to overwhelm you, but step 5, I think with this sort of model would probably be bringing in technology and investment. Okay? Again, this is just my idea now because you might not want to go this far with it, but I think this ends up being a platform, like an app. Right? And then the single mother goes on the platform, or single father goes on the platform, and they register themselves, and then they register what they need. So other single parents might be able to help them out. So the car sharing model is probably the best way to explain what I mean. It's like, if I'm driving to the same location as you, we might as well share a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes with parenting, sometimes that's all you need. You need another single parent you get on with that might help you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can create a network around this.
Mm-hmm.
And then brands will sponsor that app. Let's call it an app for now. I think web-based platforms better, but just for the sake of what everyone understands, an app, right? So you build an app, and in that app, you help people find jobs. In that app, you help people start businesses, and you have tutorials and information.
Mm-hmm.
In it, you have a proper legal team offering advice on relationship issues. You have the ability to have a space. Maybe there's even particular cafes that accommodate single mothers and don't mind people breastfeeding, for example, and not going to complain or whatever it is, right? And I think that you can build something that's scalable beyond you. Start with the MVP. Start with this manual work. And once you know exactly what people need and how to do it and where those services are, then step 5, it's build the technology and maybe at that point get an investor.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
Get your costs down. Work on this on your 2 days a week. In 6 months' time, you'll have a profitable business, I'm pretty sure. Oh my God, I've got some great news, guys. Thanks to you and your support of this channel and what we do, this book just became the #1 book on the Sunday Times bestseller list. #1, because you bought it and you supported our mission to fund people's dreams and help people do what they love. You can now go review it on Amazon. If you enjoyed the book, go review it. The link's down below. It will make a hell of a difference. Thank you so much for supporting what we're doing. Let's get back to the video.